feel free to make your way to, we're going to start on our knees today. So feet together, knees together. We're going to sit back on our heels, hands come to our palms, and when you're ready, we will press play on the playlist and just make sure it's off shuffle. Hands come to heart center as we close our eyes over. And we begin to turn our attention from the outer world to the inner world. And just let go of anything a little sticky and heavy. Today, when we look at balancing, we really want to imagine a lightness, right? Imagery has worked a lot for me. It doesn't work for everyone, but I will try and prompt you just to think a lot about, I guess, the duality in a balanced pose. So a lot of it is strength in our legs. We're grounding down. We're really imagining as if our feet have roots extending into the ground, and it lifts our legs a little higher as we push them deeper. And our chest space will continue to lift higher. So as we breathe in this space now, just start letting go of anything a little heavy or sticky that's come up for you today, as much as you can. And just try and tune into just 1 hour. 1 hour of your day today will be just movement. Let that mind rest. And set an intention for yourself for today's class. Bow your head to your heart center. And lift your head. We're going to move into cat-cow. So come forward onto your hands. Hands stacked under shoulders, knees under hips. Feet are planted down. Inhale, lift the chest, lower the belly, and lift that tailbone to the sky. Exhale, suction up that stomach. Really press into the earth with your hands. And inhale. And so you just move through your cat-cows. And with each movement, just beginning to shift further and further that attention that you have about maybe all the to-do lists you have to do, what's coming up in the week. Just let that go. And see if you can tune in to where your breath moves through your body. Just 2 more of these. And don't be afraid to make noise with your breath. On Sunday morning, we're going to go through our Ujjayi breath, our warrior breath. We meet back in tabletop. We're just going to bring our knees forward, cross our legs, sit back on our bottom. I'm going to get you to bring your hands right in line with your hips. In fact, just tent your fingers. If you can just lift your hips up so your butt's off the ground and just find your sitting bones. So there's 2 bones at the base of your bum. And I really want you to really just sit on them. Hands come, your wrists are in line with your shoulders. I'm going to roll the shoulders back so your chest is open and forward. Your feet are extended in front of you. And your toes are coming towards your face. So it's as if you're standing on something. Engage your thighs and your core. So here is Dandasana. This is called the 4-staffed pose. And we begin to learn how challenging it may be simply to sit. I would like you to engage your core. And here we imagine a string on the top of your head. And with each inhale, you lift a little higher without lifting those sitting bones off the ground. And exhale, we're pressing down into the earth with our legs and our hands. Engage that core. Inhale, lift up. Imagine that lightness filling the top half of your body. And exhale, we're planting that bottom body down. When you feel ready, next inhale, arms rise to the sky without losing the integrity of that top half of your body. So we're not really opening up like this. We want to go straight up to the sky. And exhale. Sorry guys, exhale, release. We're going to bring the knees in, not too close. Arms will extend forward. We're going to keep that lift in the chest. Just our toes are touching the ground. And I think you know where we're going. If you're here on Sunday, we're going to lower into Navasana. So this is boat pose. And we're just going to lift back up. And I'd just like you to continue that at your own pace. And the focus here is really engaging the core, but also keeping that back straight. So we're not rounding over our shoulders as we lower. We only lower to the point where you can keep that straight spine, open chest, and we come back up. 2 more. I tend to use my hip flexors, so the top parts of my thighs, a lot in this, and so it takes a bit of extra concentration to really find that lower core to do the work instead of my legs. Exhale, come back up, feet release back to the ground, and we are back in Dandasana. So engage the core, arms rise to the sky. Your feet are active, thighs are switched on, pulling towards your face while they press into the earth. And keep that lift in the chest. Yeah, I really enjoy the duality of these balance poses, where the bottom half of our body goes deeper, is a bit heavier, a bit stronger, and the top half finds lightness. And exhale, bring those knees in again, toes still on the ground. We're going back into our Navasana. Beautiful. And so you'll start to feel a little bit of fire, if you haven't already. I find Dandasana quite challenging actually. And we engage the core early on in our balance poses because it will help us keep a beautiful, straight, lifting pose. Beautiful. Extend the legs back in Dandasana, arms rise up. And this time on your exhale, I want you to bring that left hand behind your back, so it's in the center of your spine, behind your back, and right arm facing forward, chest is opening. Feet are still active, so we're in a twisted Dandasana. Inhale, arms rise back up, and exhale, swap to the other side. And so we begin our dance. Inhale, rising up, and exhale, swapping sides. And with this, we begin to wake up our spine, and we increase its flexibility and mobility with each twist. And see if you can engage your core to twist a little deeper when you get there. And just one more on each side, and we'll make back into Dandasana. Exhale, bring those feet together. We're going into Bandha Konasana, so knees come out wide. And just slowly release. Begin to fold forward if you can. We're working to have a forearm distance between the heels and the groin. Flat spine, and this is just to release any pressure that's built up in the hips or the thighs. It might just be me, but I always need this as my counter pose. Beautiful. Exhale, cross the legs. We're going to roll forward onto our knees. We're going to walk our knees back just a little bit further back than our hips, so our arms are a little in front of our shoulders. Tuck the toes, lift the hips, down dog. Beautiful. And again, with our down dog, we're working for that beautiful triangle shape. Engage the core will help those hips lift a little higher, and they should be the top point of your triangle. Feel free to pedal out your feet, move your hips around, whatever your body needs tonight. And I'd like you to find stillness. Press the earth away with the hands and grounding in with at least the tops of the feet. Don't worry if your heels are not touching the ground. Really, this pose is about finding that balance again between the top half and the bottom half of the body. Bend the knees if you'd like to lift the hips a little higher and extend them again, straightening the legs a little bit more with each breath. And we take 5 conscious breaths here. Option to close your eyes over and find that stillness. I think something interesting about that idea of stillness when you're seemingly in probably a bit of pain is, again, that, I guess, that duality, right? Like our muscles are dancing and they're starting to come alive and wake up as we move them. But inside, we have a stillness that's always there that you can come back to when everything outside seems fiery and messy. Inhale, bend the knees, look to the hands, and we're just going to step one foot and then the second foot up to meet. Exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. So here, we're releasing the hamstrings, working to get our crown of our head to the floor and our belly and our thighs. Eventually, we fold right over. Inhale, halfway lift, hands come to shins. We've got a flat back, and exhale, forward fold again. Inhale, rising all the way up, arms come out either side. Then up to the sky. Exhale, hands come to heart center. And we've done our first sun salutation. We begin, inhale, arms rise up. And exhale, folding forward, the sun salutation. So in Uttanasana, forward fold. Engage that core and engage those thighs, and you might find you will fold a little deeper. Inhale, halfway lift, hands come to shins. And exhale, fold, forward fold, bend the knees, hands come to the mat, and it's your option which leg you use. I always use one, so today I'm going to use the other. Stepping back into our high plank. Arms come directly under our shoulders, and we engage the core. Press the earth away. Stay here for a second. Don't be scared of the plank. The plank is strength. Inhale, shifting forward. Exhale, lowering down for 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Untuck those toes. Arms are really close to your ribs. We magnetize the elbows together. I want you to roll the shoulders back as well. So really open that chest. Plant those feet down. Inhale, lift the chest up. Just the chest. We're in cobra pose. Feel your breath expand as you open that chest. Option, if you'd like now, pressing up into up dog. Up dog, be careful not to lock your elbows in. And exhale, shifting the hips up, making our way to down dog. And find your stillness again. Feet come together at the back of the mat. I'm going to raise that left leg to the sky. And with our down dog, I want you to imagine I'm standing behind you right now. And I want you to press into me with that lifted leg. Press in towards your standing leg, right? So your thighs are coming together. Engage that back foot and toes are pointing down. This is a really active lifted leg. Inhale, bend the knee. Bring it all the way to tap your elbow and back out. One slow, focus movement. Inhale again. Our tiger curls. And exhale back out. Just one more, not too much core. Beautiful, and we're going back out again. Left leg comes to meet the right leg rises to the sky. Again, find that internal rotation. So your toes are pointing down, but your thighs are squeezing together, even though they're apart, yearning to be closer together. Inhale, bend the knee, bring it in, tap that elbow. Beautiful, and back out. 2 more like this. At your own pace. See if that last one you can squeeze that knee in just a little closer to the chest. And we're going to plant the foot. So right foot to the front. We're going to rotate that back foot parallel to the back of the mat. Windmill the arms up. Warrior 2. Virabhadrasana 2. Feel free here. Take a big inhale. And exhale, fire breath. Let that fire out. I need to. This aircon is right on top of me. Beautiful. Really extend the arms. Face is gazing over those front fingers. Roll those shoulder blades back so we're not crunching up in the shoulders. Roll them back and squeeze them together. See what that does. Engage the core, lift that upper body while you ground a little deeper in your feet. Beautiful. Arms come to heart center, straighten that front leg. We're going to rotate it to the side of our mat. Both feet are pointing out, so they're externally rotated. Not too much, about 90 degrees. And exhale, lower down, goddess pose. And we're just going to pulse here. Beautiful. Arms can come up wide if you'd like. Goddess takes up a lot of space. She's not shy. Beautiful. And engage that core. Feel that lift in your upper body as your feet really feel the earth. Beautiful. Exhale, lifting all the way up. Legs straighten. Internally rotate the toes. Turn them in and we're folding forward. Wide-legged forward fold. Beautiful. Few breaths here. So in our forward fold, we're working to get our hips in line with our heels. So we're not back here. I know it's difficult to see, but if you've got someone around or if you've done it before, so we're trying right directly in line with each other. And just as in our normal forward fold, eventually we get our head to the ground. Feel that stretch. Inhale, back up we go. We're going to turn our left foot, so the foot to the back of the mat, forward. We're just going to walk that back foot out just a little bit more. It's now parallel to the back of the front of the mat. Arms extend, bend that front leg, warrior 2. Roll those shoulder blades back. Really reach in those opposite directions. Engage that core. And gaze over that front hand. I would love to do a warrior class. Virabhadrasana 2, this is called. And there is a story attached to this pose, but I will save it for another day. So now think of warrior. And here we begin to feel that excitement and that fire in your muscles. Perhaps we begin to sweat. And I want you to try and shift your attention to that pain. Move in a little deeper. What's underneath that? If you can walk your foot forward a little bit and deepen your stance. Exhale, straighten that leg, turning back to the side of the mat. We're going to walk this feet in just a little. Externally rotate. Goddess pose, arms come down and up. And we pulse. Here, we're grounding the feet. We're engaging the core. And lifting higher. And find your own movement with this, you guys. Hands come to heart center. Beautiful, standing straight. Walk those feet out just a little more. Internally rotate. Forward fold. Dandasana. Wide-legged forward fold. We're going to wiggle those feet all the way in till they touch. We're still folded forward. Shake out those hips. We're going to slowly rise up all the way. Hands come to hips. I'm a little short of breath today. And we're going to bring our feet together. We're moving into tree pose. So hands on hips. I want you to bring that left foot in just a little teensy bit more than center. Right, so both your feet were touching, you were in center. Move that right foot over a little, and the left leg goes a little bit further in. We're going to bring that right foot up onto the tippy toes so you can rest it on your ankle. Perfect. And before we raise that leg, find a drishti. So drishti is your gaze point. So find somewhere in the room that you're in that's not moving, somewhere that calms you. Take a few breaths here. Begin to really engage that standing leg, the left leg that will stay there. And feel where your hips are. We're going to try and keep them even and equal where they are. And next inhale, we begin to raise that right leg. You can either bring it to your calf. Again, if you're most comfortable down on the ground, you stay there. You bring it to your calf, or continue to lift that right leg all the way up into your inner upper thigh. And I begin to fall. All right, once you get there, yeah, perfect. So we begin to engage that top thigh, and it's pressing into your foot. So both your foot and your top thigh are really pressing into each other. Allow that bottom leg to lift you a little higher as you engage it. And now engage the core. And as you're ready, arms can come up all the way to the top, tree pose. So our arms move like branches in the wind. And it's all right if you start to sway, because as a tree, we do. See if you can find that same sensation we were building at the beginning of class in our Dandasana and our warrior. Lift that upper body with each inhale. Engage the core. Tree. Option here, arms can come to heart center. Sometimes that can make it a little easier. If you're looking for something a little harder, arms can come out side by side, cactus. And you can pulse them back and forward, so squeezing your shoulder blades, bringing them back to back level. Otherwise, just a classic tree, which you can't properly see, but arms rise up to the sky. Exhale, hands come to heart center. You're doing so well. That front knee, the right knee, is going to come forward and into the chest. Interlace your hands and try and bring that knee into your chest as much as you can. Flatten that foot, the right foot, sorry, as if you're standing on something. So we engage that foot, toes are coming towards your nose. I don't know if you can see that, yeah. And exhale, we're going to lower all the way down. I'm going to give that left leg a shake. And we're going to go back to find that point that left leg was standing on. This time we're going to bring, I'll turn this way for you, bring our right leg behind us. So we're in like a quad stretch, right? So our knees are together. Left arm comes to our hip. And right leg, actually let's do our left arm first. Left arm comes forward. Now I want your fingers to be as if you're going to like press someone, like say stop to someone. So your palm is flat, but then it begins to just shift a little bit forward. So your fingers are kind of leading your hand, but they are at eye level. So once you have that left arm comfortable, reaching forward, we begin to reach back with our back foot. And as we push back on our right hand with our left foot, we reach forward with our left arm. So it dances pose. Perfect. I'm going to try and set it up just so you guys can see it. And exhale. Bring that right knee back to your chest. I'm cheating a little bit today, you guys. It is difficult to talk and do balancing. And exhale. Right leg to ground. Good. Just shake out your legs. Shake out your hands. And we're going to go again from tree pose. And this time we'll be on our right leg. You might find one side will be a little bit easier than the other, totally normal. Feet together. Bring that left leg out a little, right leg in a little. So your foot is really kind of center underneath you. Left leg comes to lean like a kickstand. Arms come to hips. Find that active right leg, rooting it into the ground like a tree. And so that as we lift, it cannot be moved. Suction the earth with that right foot. Inhale, we begin to move that left leg up the right leg. And the foot eventually, if you can, meets the inner upper thigh of the left leg. Press the earth away with that standing leg. Arms rise up. Tree pose. Find that drishti, your gaze point. And be careful here not to crunch your shoulders upward, keeping them nice and balanced. Roll your shoulders back. Eventually, in our balance poses, we get to a state where really nothing can topple us. If you can dig a little bit deeper and find that center. And be kind to yourself when you do topple. Engage that standing leg. Beautiful. Exhale, bring that left knee to your chest so it hasn't hit the ground yet. Bringing it all the way in. And exhale all the way down to the ground. Shake out that right leg. We're going into dancer's pose. So we bring that left leg folded up behind us. A cue that I did miss before. If you can, we're going to grab the inside of that back foot. Right, so if you can see that, instead of grabbing it on the outside this way, we're going to bring our wrist to the inside of that back foot. Engage that standing leg. Right arm comes forward, fingertips at eye level. And we begin to extend behind us, As we reach forward, chest stays open. Foot can either be pointed, or if you grab your ankle, you can actively engage that back foot and press a little further. Dancer's pose. I think you can tell I was not a dancer. Bring that knee, those knees as close together as you can. They're wrapping in towards one another, just as in that three-legged dog. And exhale. Left leg comes to the ground. Oh, shake out those hips. We'll come to the top of your mat. Find Tadasana. So we're going to do the classic Tadasana. Both feet come together. Arms extend down beside you, reaching down. Engage the core and lift the chest. Roll those shoulder blades back. You're up and back. Make sure those traps are not pushing up into your ears. And take a few breaths here. Inhale, extend the arms above your head. Exhale, folding forward, hands come to heart center and all the way down. Walk those feet out a little bit so they're hip width distance apart. And just bend the knees, see if you can fold a little deeper. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, bend the knees, plant the hands, and we're going to step all the way back into our high plank. Find your strength here again. Balls of feet stacked directly under your heels. Exhale, shift the weight forward. Or inhale, anyway. Exhale, slowly lower down. For 3, 2, 1. Untuck the toes. Magnetize those elbows. As just next time we're going to chaturanga, which was lowering down. Make sure to magnetize those elbows the whole way down. Inhale, pressing all the way up into up dog this time. Exhale, lift the hips. Untuck the toes. Down dog. 5 conscious breaths here. Shifting that attention away from the mind and back to the body. Engage the core. Both feet come together at the back of the mat. We're going to move into our three-legged dog once you've finished your breath. Left leg will rise to the sky. Inhale, knee to elbow, knee to chest, and plant that left foot in front of you. Lower that back leg, untuck the toes. Lift the arms up. Anjaneyasana, crescent lunge. Here we're opening up the right hip. Practicing the same lift in our chest as we had before while we really plant those feet down. Hands come to heart center. Beautiful. See if you can, without bringing your hands to the ground, tuck that back toe. Can you lift that back leg? The feet are hip width distance apart. Exhale, bring the arms to the ground. If you haven't set up that back leg, we set it up now. Arms extend behind us with our thumbs beginning to externally rotate open and up. So it's kind of like we're an aeroplane. Once we find this arrowhead in our top body, we're going to begin to shift that back foot forward and lift it to the sky. Ooh. Warrior 3, when I can get there. Virabhadrasana 3. Look, this is aeroplane. Arms can come extend in front of you. And if you can't get there like me today, I'm going to take the option of hands on the ground. Extend that back foot. An option here to point or to keep it pressed against a wall, as long as that back leg is active. If you're feeling very balanced today, you can bring your arms forward as you press that lower leg, that left leg into the earth. Today, I'm going to stay here. Inhale, bring that left, we're going to slowly rise up. Right knee comes all the way into our chest. I'm going to turn around for you. We're going to bring those toes towards your face. Thigh is now parallel to the earth. Right arm comes behind us. Left arm comes to the outer edge of that lifted thigh. Rotated twist. Beautiful. Exhale. Bring that right leg to the ground and just shake out for me. Perfect. So we're going to bring that right knee back into your chest. And exhale. We're going to actually, I'm so sorry guys, bring your feet down. So we're going to do warrior three again, but I'm going to get you into it in a different way. So both our feet come together at the top of your mat. And this time we're going to bring that knee in and up to your chest. Plant that left leg. We're going to begin to reach forward as we just extend that leg behind us and keep that leg active. Find your drishti. And now maybe we're in warrior three. I'm not in it today. I'm sorry, you guys. I really hope you are. If you can imagine the back body and your front body really reaching front and back. Beautiful. Exhale. Right leg comes to the ground. Okay. I'm sorry, you guys. Today's class has been interesting. Okay, I'm trying something different. Bring both feet together at the front of the mat. We're going to plant our hands. We're going to step back into our high plank. We're going to lift our hips to the sky. Down dog. Bring our feet together to touch at the back of the mat. Engage the core. The right leg comes to the sky. Oh no, apologies. Yeah, right leg comes to the sky. That's right. Inhale, bring the knee to the chest. Plant that front foot down. Lower that back leg. Inhale, arms rise up. Asana. Crescent lunge. Opening up the left hip. Perfect. And if you can, arms come back down behind you. No, they don't. I'm sorry. Leave them up. Tuck that back toe and lift that back leg if you can. And exhale, we fold forward. Arms extend behind us. And I think you know where we're going with this arrowhead. So thumbs begin to rotate up. So our palms are kind of facing the ground. We begin to bring that back leg all the way into the front leg and extend it behind us. Engage that back leg. Find your drishti and your breath. And exhale, lowering that left leg next to your right, forward fold. Inhale, slowly rising up, bringing that left knee to your chest. And we're going to rotate out to the left side so that that lifted leg, foot is active and thighs parallel to the earth. Left arm extends behind you. Right arm comes to the outer edge of the front thigh. And exhale, lowering down. And we're going to try the warrior three through the other way this time. So both feet come together. Stand easy, both feet come together. And a left leg, our arms extend in front of us, and our left leg begins to extend behind us. Palms are facing each other. Engage that back leg. And we try and find that straight line from our heel to our fingertips. Engage the belly. And it might make it easier on your lower back if your arms come to heart center. And exhale, bringing that left leg down to the right. Good job, you guys. We're going to slowly walk your feet out, just so they're a little bit wider than your shoulders. Your feet, your toes are externally rotated, lowering our hips, hands to heart center. Malasana, yogi squat. Take a few breaths here. And I'm just going to turn this way for you. And exhale, we're going to sit on our bottom, extend the feet in front of us, and find our Dandasana once again. Activate those feet, lift up from the ground a little bit and find those sitting bones. Engage the core. Bring that right leg all the way into your upper thigh. So our legs are in tree pose, just on the ground. Inhale, arms rise up. And exhale, we begin to fold forward. Thanks for sticking through that with me. Sticking with me through that, you guys. It's very interesting how if there is things happening in life or in your head, they will come out in your practice, come out in your body. And today mine is not ready to quiet itself. But I hope that I wasn't too distracting and you guys were able to get into some of those. Exhale. The left leg comes in and we'll swap to the right. So left foot pressing flush against your inner upper right thigh, arms extend up. Inhale and we exhale, folding forward, keeping that flat spine. So here we're stretching out the hamstrings and perhaps the calf if you're reaching the calf over your toes. Exhale, release. We'll bring both feet together. Dandasana. Forearms distance between your heels and your groin. Inhale, find those sitting bones, lift that chest up, find that flat spine. Exhale, we begin to fold forward. You can walk your hands a little further forward with each breath, but we make sure not to lose that flat spine. Exhale, lifting up. We're going to turn around into our tabletop. We're going to bring our right leg up to the outer edge of our right arm and extend that left leg back a little bit. This is our lizard lunge. So arms are stacked under your shoulders. We're opening up that left hip. Similar to what we do in Asana. Option here, if you'd like, you can lift up and you can grab that back foot on the outer edge like we did in our dancer's pose. And this time we're stretching that quad. This is a combined quad and hip stretch. It might be too difficult on the knees. If so, just go back into your lizard lunge. With each inhale, find that tension in the muscle. Exhale, see if you can release it and go a little further. And exhale, swap sides. Left foot comes to the outer edge of your left hand. Your hands are stacked under your shoulders, opening up, sinking down into your hips to open up your right hip flexor, groin, your whole area. Again, option here, walk that front foot in just a little, rise up and grab the outer edge of that back foot. Stretch the quad with the hip. Exhale, lowering back, finding our tabletop, and we're going to roll over onto our back, all the way down. We're going to go into our supine twist. Feel free, if you know how to get there, you can go there. Otherwise, we find a flat spine. Shift your hips over a little to the left. Bring we'll do both feet together, both feet up. Shins are parallel to the ground, so right now you might feel a little strange because your hips are not in line with the top half of your body. We're going to roll over both knees to the right side. Extend the arms out, or cactus them if you need to, so you bend at the elbow, but working to get our shoulder blades flat on the earth. Our head drops to the left side. I like to place my right hand on the outer upper thigh, sometimes pressing into it a little deeper, finding a little bit of a deeper twist. If this is too much for you, option to take your knees further away from your chest so they go a little bit further down. If it's a little easy, you can bring those knees in a little closer to your chest. And exhale, rolling back to center. I'm going to switch sides. So feet come to the earth, we find a flat spine, and then we shift the hips over a little to the right. Both feet come up. Shins are parallel, knees drop to the left. Head rolls to the right. Shoulder blades are both flat on the earth. If your knees are not coming to the ground while your shoulder blades are flat, we meet ourselves where we're at. So we meet ourselves with our lifted knees. Shoulder blades stay down. Again, option here to bring the knees in a little closer to the chest for a deeper twist, or a little further away. And exhale back to center. Shift those hips or move your shoulder blades, whatever you like. So we've got a nice even spine now. Straight up and down. We're going to lift our knees to our chest and we're going to grab the outer edge of our feet. Bring our knees towards our armpits or our shoulders. And our arms are on the inner side of your knees. Engage the feet. We're in happy baby. Engage the feet by pulling the toes towards your face. And gently rock back and forth on your lower back, side to side, sorry. Just gently massaging the lower back. Knees come together. We're just going to give them a nice big hug. You might feel a little pain in your hip flexors. That's fine. Just see if you can breathe into that. With each exhale, just release them a little. Surrender. And exhale, slowly bringing our feet all the way to the ground as we move into Shavasana. Release the feet however they like to fall. I like to tuck my shoulder blades just to open my chest, palms face up either side of your body. Gently close your eyes over. Begin to deepen your breath. Deep inhale all the way to your belly. Exhaling anything that came up for you during this class. Each exhale, you sink a little deeper and see if you can find the spot that's quiet in your mind. And it's not through effort, but through surrender, through focusing on your breath. Shavasana aims to prepare us for the ultimate surrender. So can we let go of our thoughts, feelings, and just be still? And just slowly, we begin to deepen our breath. Make our way over to our right or left side. Keeping those eyes closed, feel free to use your arm as a pillow. As we bring our attention back to the room that we're in. Slowly make your way up to a comfortable seat. Keeping those eyes closed over. We bring our hands to heart center. And a sincere, very sincere thank you to all of you for jumping on today and really trying something new. Balancing can really challenge you in a way that I think other poses can't. So thanks for trying. And I thank you for practicing with me, sharing your practice with each other, and please thank yourself. Thank yourself for this class. Namaste, you guys.